I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking.
It's Madden.
Men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And we are underway from the Superdome. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They're led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State, Derek Carr.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
And some room to maneuver. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 22 and a first down. Carr. There's Chris Olave. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Well, look at the numbers last week for Olave. 5 catches, 64 yards.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
These two teams faced off earlier in the year, right around mid-season, back in Week 9. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he's got some space here. And he's going to get this inside the 30. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And his kick is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points. Maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 2nd-year quarterback.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. The numbers for Sanders last week, 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
Off the play fake, Young. That's caught right side by Anderson.
Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. The Panthers at 13-2 on the year. They've been playing their best football of the year. Winners are 4 in a row.
And the offense last week, they certainly had things humming, because if you can run up 40-plus points a game, you certainly take a lot of pressure off of your defense, and you're not going to lose very often.
Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or two. Another run here with Sanders. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
A first down throw for Young. That one complete to Anderson. It'll go as a gain of 4. And it's second down.
Accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Still second down.
Young to throw it. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Young on third down. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. So on now is Johnny Hecker to punt this one away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara.
49 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Carr. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Carr going to throw.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Shaq Thompson with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football.
Well, that's always a risk on those longer kicks. You have to drive it low to get it there. That opened the door for a better chance for the defense to get a hand on it, and that's just what we saw there.
And even if the odds increase a little bit because it's a longer field goal attempt, it's still difficult to get hands on the football and create a block. Big-time excitement for that unit, getting through and knocking that one away.
And he'll wind up getting this to the 32. A play that started at the 16, and that's how many yards they get. 1st down. Now a carry for Sanders. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 11 yards and a Panther 1st down. Here is Young. And he fires one that's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. To throw, it's Carr. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And down he'll go at the 25. 7 yards there and a 1st down. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32.
74 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season.
Run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Carr completes it. 2 yards on the pickup there. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. A 10th carry for Kamara. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 18. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Carolina offense about ready to go. And if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because They wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Young. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
This is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
On 2nd down, Young again. He'll find his man, Laviska Shenault. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And Young's throw there incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in position to dictate to the offense.
Here's Sanders. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 45 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On 1st and 10, Young. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. His throw here is incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Able to complete this to Shenault. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Here's Young from the shotgun. And that is incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And the Saints going to go on offense one final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. To throw again on second down. Carr looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Johnson. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Throwing on first down is Carr.
Again, it's Johnson.
Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Throwing again on second down. Carr.
The pass caught by Olave.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Again, it's Carr. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by J.C. Horn. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we've reached halftime here on New Year.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
Taken in at the 3. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter.
It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Second down, back to Sanders.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
61 yards rushing for him now in this one as he is closing in on 1,800 yards for the year.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On play action, Young sliding out of the pocket. And Sharp calls it in.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Give them 32 on the play.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And here he'll get it down to the 7. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
He's up now to 80 yards receiving in the ball game, and he's got a first down.
Sanders.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now here's Young. The quick slant caught. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Sanders. And he's in for the score. And his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
Hard to argue with that being their best drive of the game so far as they use the running game to get them into the end zone.
Couldn't agree more, partner. Prior to that drive, they sputtered a little bit, but it looks like they found the formula. I would expect them to go back to that more and more as this game develops.
What's good on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-3. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And this game was all square at halftime, and now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. He'll get this to about the 38. And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. From the 38, Carr. Going to throw right side here, complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. The Carr's throw complete there to Johnson. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point, and what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue, not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
Now a throw here, hauled in, and they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Now Carr. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Again, they'll throw with Carr. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Strong coverage by Carolina, and on we go to 4th down. Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. And remember, he had one blocked earlier. And his kick is good, and that'll bring him back within 4. So a good kick that time, and that might help to get the negative thoughts out of the mind from that earlier block. Especially since this was not a chippy, so he had to get that one out kind of low. But his line does a nice job of protecting, and he's able to convert for 3. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Now the offense for the Panthers here getting the football back. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. To throw, Young. He's going to drop this down to Sanders. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short. What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. 1st and 10, Young. Over the middle, hauled in by Shark. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4. On first down, it's Sanders. And he'll be dropped at the 36. It's a good gain of 18 on a play that originated back at the 18. So in Saints territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 36. They'll go again with Sanders. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4. Young to Chenault on the slant. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 15-yard line. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards. From the red zone now, Young. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
But that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
Von Bell up to make the tackle. So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. Carr now to throw. And he can't get away. Carr is going to go down, and that is a safety. Now, the 2 points, that's not totally critical at this point. Still a one-score game, but they do have to give away the football with no guarantees they're going to get it back. Yeah,
or at least if they get it back, will they have any time to do anything with it? So they've got to send their defense out there and say, guys, we got to have it right now. Save some time for us.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's second down.
So fourth quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a first down. Young to throw it. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. A loss of 3 on a sack made by multiple defenders. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football. I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's fourth down. Going for it with Sanders, and he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. And the Panthers turned away on fourth down. And the Saints will have the football back. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up first and 10 at their own 44. To throw, it's Carr.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
On second and 10, Carr looking here for Smith downfield. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. throwing his car on third down. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. This will be taken at the 10. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. To throw on 2nd and 6. Young into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. And this is going to be a Panthers first down as he'll take this up to about the 33-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Right back to Sanders on first down. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Let's go.
Another run with Sanders. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Young. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Second down, back to Sanders. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. 3rd down and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that